This episode of the Rocker Skating Podcast is brought to you by Aura. Let's be honest, breaking in new skates is kind of the worst, right? Blisters, sore ankles, the whole deal. Aura is here to make that way easier. Their skates are built with a one piece carbon fiber shell that you can heat mold to your foot, so they fit you and not the other way around. And Aura skates have an integrated collar system, which basically means your boot bends with you while giving you the support that you need. Translation: more skating, less complaining. Visit auraskates.com to learn more. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast. It is Japan Nationals Week. Woo! Woo!
Crazy.
That's my very tired woo. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Jackie.
How much of it did you stay up and watch?
Not a lot. The stuff that was on earlier, I watched. I meant to watch the Rhythm Dance, and then I watched the new episode of Heated Rivalry, and I got so busy texting people about it and looking at memes, I completely forgot that the Rhythm Dance was happening. I was like, oh no, because in my Twitter feed, all of a sudden I saw like Rika Kihira Rhythm Dance. I was like, oh no. But I did watch that shortly after it aired. But I watched like half of the men's short programs live.
I mean, I have yet to watch Heated Rivalry, and do not spoil it for me because I've heard really good things.
Yeah, I know that you watched everything live. So how was that?
Oh, I did. For those of you who don't know, I have been in Tokyo this whole time. Japan Nationals was magical. It truly was. One of the women's free skate was one of the best competitions that I've ever witnessed in my life.
Wow.
And it was not only the skating, but the stories and the crowd and just how incredibly knowledgeable this audience was and all of the stuff that happened. I mean, it was so amazing. And the thing that I marveled at was, I would say, the whole time, at least 75% of the sold out crowd was in their seats for everything. And by everything, I mean like junior rhythm dance or like the first groups of the short programs, right? Like at any other competition, you'd expect like people to be filing in halfway through the competition. Everybody was sat. I mean, in the literal sense of they were sat.
Wow.
So it was really cool. I just can't thank these skaters enough for what they did here, and for bringing us the skating that they brought us. So,
I mean, I'm glad you finally went because you cover this competition more intensely than I think anyone else on Earth. And it's like for you to finally go there and be there in person was great. And I think you're going to want to keep going back because it's like
I know. I'm feeling that. I'm like,
Mhm.
so do I come back next year?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk dance because it was close.
Yeah.
And not surprisingly close, I think. I mean, there was a point, Michelle, during earlier this season, maybe a month and a half ago, where I texted you and I was like, there's a chance that Kushida and Shimada make it to the Olympics.
Yeah. I remember.
And, you know, they don't have the technical minimums and they can't get the technical minimums for the Olympics now. So they won't go. But it was very close between the two of them, like a lot closer than you would think, given Yoshida Morita has been around for a while.
Yeah.
Or at least for longer, right? And Kushida and Shimada just basically started skating together this season. 6.5 points separated the two of them, and Kushida and Shimada won in the technical score in the free dance.
It's too bad they can't send them to 4 continents, you know?
Well, if they could send them to cut 4 continents, they could also send them to the Olympics.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I do think, I mean, these judges love Kushida and Shimada, and so does the crowd.
Yeah.
And
They're good, and they're
they are
exciting.
really good.
It's
It's like the two of them, we know that the two of them are great performers
Mhm.
as single skaters. But I think putting them together, there's just like this really magnetic chemistry between the two of them that makes them even better, makes them
Yeah.
even project more. So,
It's
yeah.
something it happens like that in dance sometimes where, like, sometimes people just work out together better and they just have some kind of chemistry that just I don't know, they sync up and they're really special, and they stumbled upon it with each other. It's.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought also like two single skaters coming into ice dance and like doing as well as they did here. And they're going to have a great next 4 years because it's just, they are being set up for that right now. And they deserve to be.
Mhm. What'd you think of seeing Rika in person?
It was so cool to see Rika. I actually ran into her a couple times, um, like sort of in line at things, and it was I hadn't seen her in a while, and it was good to see her again. But
Yeah.
I think their skating. They have a ways to go
Yeah.
versus what we saw from Kushida Shimada, and I think part of it is just like I think Rika is much maybe even much newer to ice dance, and
Yeah.
they need to gel a little bit more.
I mean,
Um,
I felt
but
like it was a little
yeah,
Dancing with the Stars. She
mhm,
was like clearly had trained and learned all this stuff, but did not know what she was doing. But she was like, "I'm going to do what I learned, and I'm having a good
right,
time." And then he was like the pro, taking her through it.
right, right.
But I
Not quite
definitely,
there yet.
yeah, I think she has a lot of potential, and it was great to see her competing. I mean, I've it's been so long. I missed seeing her and seeing her like relaxed and comfortable too. So,
And I think what was
mhm,
interesting was you saw this like in the rhythm dance especially a different side
mhm.
of her, right? Like she doesn't
Yeah,
usually ham it up in her singles
yeah,
programs, right?
yeah,
Like it's more dramatic, it's
yeah,
more lyrical, and they were doing Mambo Number 5, and I thought that was
yeah,
she pulled it off pretty well. So
yeah.
they ended up fourth, which I think
Mhm,
was disappointing to them because they were coming in hoping for the bronze, but they ended up fourth really because of what you were talking about with those Dancing with the Stars kind of
mhm.
elements.
Yeah,
The choreo elements right at the end of their free dance both got an exclamation point, and we know the dreaded exclamation point.
yeah.
It means some kind of requirement was not fulfilled,
Mhm,
and the judges have to bring down the grades of execution for it,
mhm.
and they lost like 2 to 3 points, and they
Yeah,
lost the bronze medal by less than 2 points. So that was the
mhm,
difference.
mhm.
No doubt, Rika Kihira is going to be continuing to take ice dance seriously, and I think next year
Mhm.
she's gonna come with a vengeance.
Yeah, it's cool.
So excited. Sasaki and Ikeda get the bronze there.
Mhm,
So for the Olympic team, right, Yoshida Morita get the spot. They get the
mhm,
ice dance team event spot. And if the alternate spot opens up for them, they will also get
mhm,
that alternate spot. So for the individual event.
mhm.
Pairs, Kawaguchi,
Legend of
Michelle.
Kavaguti is the theme of the season.
I feel like that needs
I
to be a pin.
no matter how many times I like hear from people about what it's like having a shoulder that dislocates or seeing skaters deal with it or their assurances they're okay, it creeps me out. It's like
Oh,
for her
yeah.
the way that she was holding his hand in like back crossover. Rika Miura was holding
Yeah.
Ryuichi Kihara's hand in like back crossovers and she sort of caught an edge and like jerked and it like pulled her shoulder out of the socket. And then uh, the physio was right there and he helped her like pop it back in. But I was like, oh, oh my gosh. And then they go out and do like a gorgeous short program after that. And it's just like, no, no, I can't. This
Yeah.
is so scary. Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they withdrew from the free skate. I think that's
Same,
wise. Yeah.
same. I walked past her,
Mhm.
um, the day of the free skate, and this was
Mhm.
probably right when they were making the decision
Mhm.
to withdraw, and she was distraught. I
Yeah.
think part of it was because she was in pain, and part of it was because, like, she was like, "I wanna do this."
Yeah.
But there's literally no reason for her to do it.
Yeah.
because this doesn't affect the team event. As far as I know,
Mhm.
they don't automatically send the the winner to the team
Mhm.
event. And I think, I
Yeah.
think there were people who were thinking of that could have been the reason why they continued to
Mhm.
skate.
Mm.
But I looked at the rules, and it was like something about, they will select the team based on
Yeah.
the scoring potential, right? And so
Yeah.
I was relieved when I saw that they
Mhm.
withdrew.
Yeah.
Like, you are Olympic gold medal favorites.
Yeah.
There is no need for you
Yeah.
to over injure yourself in order for you to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Danny O'Shea last year
Mhm.
at Worlds, where he knew something was wrong with his ankle, and he didn't
His
know it was
foot.
broken yet, right?
Mhm.
And or his foot,
Mhm.
and he didn't know it was broken yet, and he needed to skate because they needed to get the spots, and
Yeah.
that was in a lot of ways his decision
Mhm.
to continue skating was maybe justified.
Mhm.
He had to take that risk. Whereas here, it's like, no, your spot at the Olympics is clear. You
Yeah.
don't need to
Yeah.
you don't need to
And you have
over injure yourself.
plenty of
Yeah,
national titles. You'll be fine.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I can see, I'm guessing that this is probably their last season. I don't think they've said anything to that. But I'm thinking, if they're thinking that if they win, maybe they'll win the Olympics, they'll be done. I don't know. Maybe it was like special for them to do this nationals and to have that performance in front of this crowd. But yeah, that shoulder stuff freaks me out. And especially in
Same,
pairs with pair girls and the amount of lifting they have to do with themselves. I mean,
same.
I have a bad time when we do, like, shoulder day and Pilates, and my shoulders are in place. I can't imagine that pain and then going out and, like, skating. It's just yeah.
Ryuichi did tell me that the shoulder was much more painful last year at Grand Prix final when she
Mhm.
dislocated it.
Ugh.
So, oof, yeah.
Built different.
Um, no, what?
They're built different,
They
pair
totally
girls.
are. They totally are. But Nagaoka Moriguchi
Mhm.
skated lights out,
Yeah. They're great.
and he was telling me afterwards.
Mhm.
I got to actually meet him in person for the first time,
Oh,
because
nice.
we keep messaging
Yeah.
about skating events and stuff,
Mhm.
and he was like, everybody came probably to see Riku and Ryuichi, and I
Mhm.
wanted to make sure we gave them a good show too. So,
Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, so that was good to see. I mean, the way they skated here, that could
Mhm.
be top 5 at the Olympics.
Yeah.
For
It's
real.
like it's just buckets and buckets of GOE. It's just like it's
Yeah.
just all there. I mean, the elements are so fast and clean.
And what's great is that they figured out their throws.
Yeah.
That has been the biggest issue for them, has been the
Mhm.
throws, because she tends to be a little bit more hesitant on landings
Mhm.
than she should be, right?
Yeah.
Given how good they are. But
Mhm.
this season, especially the last couple of competitions, their throws have gotten a lot better. So
Mhm.
Nagaoka Moriguchi and Miura Kihara go to the Olympics, and Nagaoka Moriguchi gets their second title. Kagutani and Honda were second with silver.
I'd be interested in asking Nagaoka and Moriguchi what they've learned with Dimitri Savin in the months they've been
Yeah,
with him, because it feels
yeah,
like they've done a lot of that tightening up since they've been there.
right.
And it's only been like 6 months in that camp. So,
It's been a big difference too,
mhm.
like the consistency, like all of that stuff.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I would imagine training with all these other pairs also
Mhm.
helps.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different perspective for them.
Mhm. I
Okay, let's
felt
go to the. Should we go to singles? What
yeah.
else do you have?
Well, I was gonna say the pairs in the dance here, I feel like competed all really well. Even like Miura Kihara, the part that they did compete, they skated really well. The singles, these people were stressed.
Yeah,
Everybody was stressed. I don't think anyone in singles skated the way I expected them to, except Cowrie. Like,
so stressed.
yeah.
I mean, and Shun in the free
Oh,
skate.
in the free skate, yeah.
In the free
Yeah.
skate.
Mhm.
No, I totally agree. I mean,
Mhm.
every single year, people say like, oh, the most difficult
Mhm.
competition is not the Worlds or is not the
Yeah.
Olympics. It is the national championships, especially
Mhm.
for Japan, for the
Yeah.
U.S., for Canada, like for
Mhm.
the nations that have a bigger program. Getting
Mhm.
to the final competitions of the year is
Mhm.
stressful, right? And
Yeah.
so you saw that here,
Did you
but it
feel
was
it in the
also,
building?
uh,
Did you feel it in the building? The
oh yeah,
stress?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The people were sort of at the on the edge of their seats for a lot of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
God. Ugh, that's
You
tough.
could really see it, and
Mhm.
anytime somebody made a mistake, it was like, oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that
The
sort of stuff.
gasps.
Lots of gasps.
Mhm.
All right, the men. It wasn't quite as
Mhm.
mend as last year.
Mhm.
Last year was a lot of menning,
Mhm.
um,
A
but it was
few of these
also like,
guys yeah, a few of the guys in lower, they really tried to mend. They brought the menning to the stage, but I think our top 6 or so were a lot more consistent across the programs. I was really impressed with Daya Ebihara going from
yes, she was great.
16th to 6th in the free skate, 7th overall. Like men.
I mean, but also Daya Bihara with how he skated here got on the Junior
Yeah.
Worlds team,
Yeah.
right?
Good for him.
I think
Yeah.
I think before this, you would have thought that Sana Takahashi would have been more the favorite to
Mhm.
get onto the world team or the
Yeah.
Junior Worlds team.
Totally. Yeah.
And Sana ends up being the first alternate, and
Mhm.
Daya gets on the team.
Mhm.
And it was Ryo Nakata and Taiga Nishino who,
Mhm.
not surprisingly, given that they made the Junior Grand Prix final, they're the ones who will go along with Daya.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
um, I thought, let me talk about a couple of skaters
Yeah.
who were lower on the standings. Kosho Oshima is so fun. He is. I have loved his skating for many years, and I was realizing he is to Japan what Jimmy Ma is to the U.S.
Oh, fun.
Like the
Uh-huh.
the the showman, the guy who everyone knows
Mhm.
because they've seen him do the stuff that he does, right? Like,
Is he the one that was in the red jacket at the draw?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I saw him.
He always has the crazy costumes,
Yeah.
and he's always out there. I mean, Misha G choreographed this Kenny Loggins free skate for
Oh
him
my gosh.
that, like, it was just like full on 80s. It was
Yeah.
footloose. It was, it was all of these totally
Mhm.
throwback pieces of
That's
music, and
fun.
I'm just like, Misha G, how do you know so much about Kenny Loggins? He and
That's a
I
good
sat together
question.
for a lot of the practices, and so
Yeah.
I got a lot of I got a lot
Aw.
of these
Snacks.
stories of these programs that he choreographed from
Oh,
him. So
cool.
it was very cool. Um, yeah, but Kosho, great
Mhm.
to see him there.
Mhm.
10th here at what I think might be his last nationals. I might be wrong.
Mm.
Someone's gonna tell me I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Um, Takeru, I mean, Kataise was super. I don't think I appreciated how good of a skater he was until I
Mhm.
saw him live.
Mhm.
The lyrical sense, his line, I feel like, hey, Japan, if you need another ice dancer, he could be one. Like, just beautiful skater, and understands how to hold an edge,
Yeah.
understands how to perform, and he ended up ninth here, and it was a great, especially the
Mhm.
short program. He was great there. Who were you
Cool.
impressed with in the top?
Okay. Obviously, Calmira. I was thrilled for him. I mean, I feel like I've been rooting for him this season, and I knew at some point he was gonna get there. I was so happy to see him, like, do it, and his free skate was incredible. His quad loop was incredible, especially knowing he, like, completely wiped out on one right before that. Um,
I was so
you
concerned.
thought he hit his head?
I thought he
Yeah,
hit his head because I
yeah.
I couldn't see him because I was at an angle
Mhm.
where when he fell, he basically got obscured by the boards.
Mhm.
But the reason I thought he hit his head was because it took him like 10 seconds to get up.
Mhm.
And then he
Oh,
got up and they had the
yeah.
camera on him
Yeah.
and you could see him like sort of like looking around being like, What's going on?"
Yeah.
And I was like, that feels like an indication that it was like a traumatic kind of fall,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
he got the wind knocked out of his sails.
Yeah.
I did talk to him
Yeah.
afterwards. He said he didn't hit his head, so it was good.
Good.
But I mean, for him to do that at the very end of what was a really good
Mhm.
warm up for him,
Yeah.
and then come out and hit
Yeah.
a the one of the most beautiful quad loops that we've
Yeah.
seen. I mean,
Yeah.
this
It's
kid,
weird, like, the way the pressure worked, like, it really worked on him, whereas it really
yeah,
destabilized some of these other guys.
Kazuki,
Um, I also loved seeing Rio Nakata. I always love him, but the lift in his quads is
yeah.
incredible. I don't know what happened to him in, like, the last minute of his free skate. I felt like he was,
He,
you
like,
know.
ran out of steam. It was very
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I did find it interesting, some of these juniors who, started skating senior programs.
Mhm.
It was the same thing with Mao Shimada, and we'll talk about
Mhm.
her when we talk about
Mhm.
the women, but because they have to add the extra 30 seconds to
Mhm.
their junior programs, they haven't been training these programs
Mhm.
as much, right? They haven't been training a 4-minute program. They've been
Yeah.
training a 3.5-minute program, and um, the 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 difference, even if it's like, okay, I'm going to add a step sequence in those 30 seconds,
Yeah. That's
the difference
tiring.
is huge. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very tiring, and so you wonder if that was the case for Rio, but
Mhm.
it was weird. Like it was like that second half was just a little listless, and
Mhm.
you could see his ice coverage just shrink. Like
Yeah.
he was
Totally.
so tired by the end,
Mhm.
and he like doubled his triple loop at the end, and it looked like he was
Yeah.
about to like
Yeah.
collapse to the ground. Um, which is different, right, than what we saw
Mhm.
last season when he got the
Mhm.
silver and he was
Mhm.
able to do it. It
On the
doesn't matter.
attack.
He goes to Junior Worlds as the favorite,
Mhm.
and I think that's the important thing for him here,
Yeah.
and that's what he ended up doing. I do think he was underscored in the short
Mhm.
program.
Yeah. It
Um,
was good.
I think there
It
are
was really good.
multiple people who are underscored in the short program. There's some
Yeah.
weird stuff going on there.
I don't think
So,
Yuma was. I loved Yuma's short program. That was, great. Even the kind of little bobble he had on the axle
yep.
landing was kind of fun. I think I've seen so many Snoopy and Yuma side by sides on Twitter. Like, I immediately saw it as like a Snoopy GIF. Like, which one does it look like when he did that?
Yep.
But it was kind of like, oh, he it was like too good, and he lost his
It's
balance.
so
But
it's so Snoopy dancing. I love it.
yes, that
Um,
program
and
is just so good.
I didn't the short Yuma's short, I didn't
Mhm.
love it when I first saw it.
Yeah, same.
And
It grew on me.
seeing it live
Mhm.
actually made such a difference because the
Mhm.
way that he moves in and out of these patterns, it's a
Mhm.
it's a beautifully composed program,
Yeah.
and it just he's just speeding around the ice
Mhm.
and speeding around doing some very difficult stuff, right? So,
Mhm.
um, loved seeing that. The free skate, magnificent.
Magnificent, yeah. It was great. I wondered if he was doing you said
Let's
he
hope he can
did.
let's hope he can skate a clean one at some point.
Yeah. You said he was doing quad flip in practice. I
He
was
did
wondering.
one.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if we were
He
gonna
did
see
one.
it, but yeah,
No.
he stuck to his original
Um,
layout.
yeah. It's like I'm a little bit second guessing myself, but like 99% certain that he did a quad flip in
Mhm.
practice.
Mhm.
I could have been dazed from jet lag,
Mhm.
but there was no
He
way it
probably
was a
did.
quad toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no way it was a quad toe. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Yuma, his free skate was okay, right?
Yeah.
Again with some of the issues that he had that we saw during the season, right? It like
Mhm.
beautiful start and then a couple lapses, but then he got it back together.
Mhm.
Um, but again, the way that program sings is so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Um, and I talked to Carolina Costner, and
Oh, nice.
the thing that I saw her so many times. I kept running into
Yeah.
Carolina. I was like, oh my God. And there was one time she was like, are you eating enough? And I'm like, oh my God, Carolina Costner cares about my eating
Aw.
habits. And she kept talking about how grateful she and the team is to all the people who made that free skate happen, right?
Mhm.
The like special piece of music that was composed
Mhm.
just for Yuma
Mhm.
and um, composed and arranged and all that stuff, and
Mhm.
the like village of people that made this happen. It was cool to hear the sort of like armature behind this
Yeah.
program, and
Yeah.
he does it so much justice, right? Because it's
Yeah.
such a great program.
I mean, far and away, best picture for the year. He wins for the season. Laurie Nickel gets an Oscar for that. She gets best director. Incredible. It's incredible work.
Should we do, I mean, we should do a
Yeah.
rocker skating podcast awards.
Academy Awards. The Rocker Academy.
The counters. The rockers and the
Yeah.
counters. It's like the
Yeah.
Oscars and the Razzies.
Oh,
Um,
the award itself could be shaped like a rocker
oh my
on a
God.
little platform.
Don't get me started. Okay. Shun
Shun.
Sato, the
Yeah.
only one who skated to win, and
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
outskated Yuma again in
Mhm.
that free skate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was Firebird, like, on fire. He was just like a machine. It was an incredible watch. I mean, I
That
guess
was
his only mistake across 2 programs was popping a quad-lutz into a triple-lutz, which is
right,
not
right,
that bad. It's like you
right.
lose points, but you don't lose the whole element in the short
Right.
program. So,
I mean, he really lost like 6 or 7 points there, and
mhm.
then that was
Yeah.
another one of those programs that I thought was underscored. I thought he
Mhm.
was clearly in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Between him and Rio and Kazuki in the short program, I thought all three of them were underscored relative to,
Yeah, they were a little greedy with the components here. They didn't give them out, I felt, as generously as I would have liked
as you would
to see.
hope, right?
Or that you
Yeah,
would even see at
exactly.
an ISU event. I
Uh,
mean,
Totally, totally, yes.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, Shun Sato, that's a
I think
5 alarm Firebird.
he's on the Olympic podium in Milan. I see him
I
there.
I think the way that he keeps skating, he can't pop the Lutz in a short, but the
Yeah.
way that he keeps skating,
Mhm.
it's very much there, especially given how inconsistent everybody else has
Yeah.
been. And it's so great to see him having this season, especially a couple seasons ago. You were wondering if he was sort of like burning out or if he was not feeling it, and he's
Mhm.
just. Yeah, and then last year, right, being eighth at nationals,
Mhm.
there were times when you look at Shun's trajectory and you're like, is he ready? Is he ready
Mhm.
for prime time? And he is friggin' ready for prime time
Mhm.
this season. Um, and I will say, I know you scoffed at me for this, but I will say, Kao Miura, the way that his trajectory has been, he is a
Well,
dark horse for the
I mean,
podium.
the trajectory was he was very, very low, not doing
Yeah.
very well. And now he's at the very top being incredible at Japanese nationals. So if he can stay up there, sure.
And there's a higher ceiling. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
second time where he skated a really strong first half of the free
Yeah.
skate. I mean, this is a little Amber Glenish from a couple
Yeah.
years ago. Really good first half of the free skate, and then made mistakes
Mhm.
in the second half. Um, I think we'll see what happens with him. But like for me, he has a higher ceiling than Shun
Mhm.
does. The
I
the
I
jumps are
y
bigger, the
yeah.
skating is bigger,
The size of the quads is extraordinary. When Cow hits them, it's like nothing else. It's
Yeah.
just it reminds me of, like, when the T-Rex is coming in Jurassic Park and, like, the water is shaking. I mean, he just has this, like, power, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like what I really like about Shun's jumps is they're so tightly rotated and quick, but I feel like Cal really makes it like a statement, like this is my big quad, and it's just like on a platter, you know. And he's in the
Yep.
air for so long, and there's so much lift. I know, I love this. This was a delight. This event.
They're phenomenal.
We talk about it
His
all
jumps
day.
are absolutely phenomenal.
But I think, like, I agree with you that either of them could be on the podium or both of them. It's just who mens on the day and who doesn't men, because there will be menning. You
Yeah.
just need to not men.
Yeah, for sure. I did give Kao Mira my one of my quad loop pins because
Oh, I saw.
how can you not?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh my God, this is for me." I'm like, "Yeah." So buried the lead, no, not buried the sub lead a little bit,
Mhm.
but the competition was to be Kaomura versus Kazuki Tomono for the third
Mhm.
spot.
Mhm.
Kazuki was the thing about him that I keep thinking about is my very first impression of him here
Mhm.
was on Thursday morning when they had their first practice, and he came out and skated a clean free skate
Mhm.
run through,
Mm.
with the exception of like he marked his second quad toe, right? Like everything else was clean.
Mhm.
And I looked at that and I was like, he's ready for this. And then every practice afterwards got more and more nervy.
Yeah.
And then
The
it came to
stress.
the 6
Yeah.
minute warm up. I mean, you were talking about how stressed these guys were. Like
Mhm.
he got to the 6 minute warm up and he was, I think, second up to skate.
Mhm.
But he went out there and like the very first thing he did was step out of a triple toe loop, and I was or
Mhm.
a triple loop, and I was like, oh no, like
Yeah.
he either needs to like settle down, or this is gonna be him for the rest
Mhm.
of the day, and that was what happened. Like he just,
Yeah.
it was not the attack that we saw and that we've seen from him. It was he went out there and skated a little bit conservatively,
Yeah.
and the way he just can't, right? And then he tried to get it back in the second half, and then there was that triple axle where he was trying
Mhm.
to go into the half loop triple sow, and he stepped out of it, and he tried to do something, and then it was just like this like splattering fall, and
Yeah.
you saw the sort of like realization. He still performed the heck out of that program,
Mhm.
but I don't think there was
Yeah.
anything more heartbreaking than him skating off the ice and seeing his coach and bursting out into tears because it
Mhm.
was like all of the pressure and the nerves and all that stuff that was bottled up during that program.
Mhm.
He was like, it just the floodgates were open,
Yeah.
and I was it was the whole audience was so
Mhm.
behind him, and it was so heartbreaking to see, and like whoever it is that you want to root for, you would just hope for both of them to have skates that they can be proud of,
Yeah.
and Kao had a great skate and Kazuki didn't.
Yeah. I think having seen Kazuki do that short program in person a couple weeks ago at Skate America, what he competed at nationals felt so far from that. You could just feel how tight he was. Because when I saw it
Hmm.
live, I felt like when that Sophie Tucker music started, he just turned on and he was so into it. And I felt the nerves at this performance. And just making silly mistakes like turning
Yeah.
between the jumps and the combo. And, you know,
And then the like
it
random
sucks.
fall in the middle,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
yeah,
That random fall was just, like, out of nowhere. Just a balance thing. Um,
right.
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so he finishes sixth. He does have a consolation prize of going to Four Continents or getting a
Mhm.
Four Continents spot.
Mhm.
And as Kazuki Tomono does, he is the first alternate.
Oh,
First
the
alternate for the
worst.
Olympics, first alternate for Worlds.
Yeah.
So he ends up sixth there. Sota Yamamoto skated okay. I mean,
Yeah.
he could have skated better. He skated better before, but he ends up fifth. The thing that I keep seeing about him is that he's much different in practice than he is in competition. In practice, he just hits everything, and then in
Mhm.
competition, he backs off. And you saw that here as well, and that's been that I think has been his issue for the past few years.
Mhm.
Oh, that was the man. It was a roller coaster, I will tell you. The women, however, were was a roller coaster in a very different way.
Yeah.
Bring out the box of tissues.
Ugh, this event was a lot. It was emotional in the short program.
Yeah,
There's
same.
just so many different things happening, and it was like, oh, you really feel for these women, and I think it was really extraordinary seeing, like, the bond between all of them and how they all support each other. I mean, that was really beautiful, and, I'm
Mhm.
thinking about other nationals events, in particular, one particular other national event where there's, it's a very deep women's field, and you don't see that level of, like, love and support from the coaches and the skaters and everyone trying to lift each other up. Yeah, we didn't talk about it, but that other nationals may have happened this weekend, and I may have watched a little bit of it, and oh, it's disturbing. Anyway, back to the happiness and joy and,
I
happy
mean,
tears of Japan.
the sheer fact that you could see all the women, all the women who are leading in the like green room or
Mhm.
whatever that room is, where
Mhm.
they sit and wait for the next person's
Yeah.
scores.
Yeah.
Um, and they were all in tears when
Yeah.
Kaori
Yeah.
finished her free skate. I mean,
Yeah.
the respect for
Mhm.
Kaori is
Mhm.
tremendous across
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And it was
Wakaba crying at the side of the rink. Oh my gosh. I was like, I have chills just thinking about it. And that incredible shot that they got of behind her coaches watching Cowrie finish and her coaches like kind of jumping up and down. It was like, oh, it was so beautiful.
I walked by that group
Mhm.
afterwards, Wakaba and Mai and a
Mhm.
few others who were there, and one, they were all just,
Mhm.
they still had this like electric atmosphere to
Yeah.
them, and two, it was just like tears,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
including me, lots of tears.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, let's start with we've already started, but let's start
Mhm.
with what we thought would have been part of the suspense of this nationals, which is who gets the spots.
Mhm.
And Kaori we knew was
Mhm.
fairly assured of one. And then Monet and Ami
Mhm.
were two that we thought probably will get them given their
Mhm.
seasons.
Mhm.
But there was the X factor of the next two, which
Yeah.
were Rinka Watanabe and Rion Sumiyoshi. They were the
Mhm.
two who during this season have done the fourth and fifth best, right? And
Yeah.
based on the scores, based on the standings, based on the results, all of that sort of stuff. Rion Sumiyoshi cannot catch a break
Oh
at
my gosh.
Japan Nationals. I don't know what it is about this competition that there's just it's been so hard to see her with
Mhm.
the talent that she has
Mhm.
not skate well here.
Yeah.
And once again, she had a brilliant first couple months of the season, and then just couldn't figure it out here, and she has an
Mhm.
18th, like completely. I mean, she wasn't even part of the conversation anymore
Yeah.
after the
21st in the short.
yeah
And she
yeah.
she was missing her Lutz and her flip here, right? That's what I saw in her. And it's like those are jumps she can do easily. She had like two different Lutz combos in the back half of her free skate that she
Yeah,
nailed at her early season events.
yeah.
I mean, if I don't know if she's injured or not, but I feel like this is a mental thing, and it's
I
frustrating because we know
I
what she
didn't
can
hear
do.
anything about I didn't
Yeah,
hear anything about injuries
yeah.
for her. She hit an at least two or three clean quad toes in practice.
Wow, wow.
I didn't
Ugh.
think that she had a clean quad toe. I always thought that her best quad toe was an under rotated quad toe, like
Mhm.
especially in the recent couple of years.
Yeah.
And she was hitting clean quad toes in
Wow.
practice.
That's so
And they were so
frustrating.
easy. They looked
Yeah.
so easy, those quad toes. Anyway, Rion Sumiyoshi, I hope she takes this experience and comes back because she
Mhm.
really is a magnificent skater. Both in just the technical, but in the actual skating. I mean, she's just a
Mhm.
beautiful skater.
Mhm.
And it was a shame to see her not perform to her best here.
Mhm.
I mean, we could go on for hours talking about all of these other skaters because there was so much
I
good
think we
skating.
have to mention Hana Yoshida not even making the free skate,
Oh, yes.
which was
Another
so
one,
crazy
another
because
heartbreak.
yeah, she's like the third highest ranked internationally of Japanese women. I mean, she's had just a very, very rough season. Um,
I still don't know what
Crazy.
happened with her. It's
Yeah.
like the mystery of that, and we haven't heard much from her, so we don't really know.
Yeah.
Um, but she was I do think that she came in here with the mindset of I'm gonna go for broke
Mhm.
because she's been doing double axel in the short program all season.
Mhm. Mhm.
And she came here and she was like, I'm putting the triple axel in there." And
Mm.
she didn't land one cleanly in practice. So
Yeah.
it was a Hail Mary of like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna try to make this Olympic team, I gotta do everything that I can. And so she
Yeah.
went for it. And then not only was that an issue, but the other two jumping passes were an issue for her too in the
Yeah.
short program, and that just completely threw her off her game.
Her
There was
triple
no
axel
recovering.
is tricky even when she's in really good position, like practicing competing well because it's on such a straight line. It's like she's always
Yep.
kind of at an angle in the air. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, for a skater who's been at the top of
Mhm.
the women's pack in Japan to have the season that she's had, it's very sad to
Mhm.
see.
Yeah. Yeah. On the
Okay,
other hand,
should we talk about more
yeah,
happy things?
happy things. I want to talk about Mayuko Oka's short program, that
Oh,
peacock theme. I could watch that
underscored.
program 100 times.
Underscored.
And the triple axel she did in it, effortless. I didn't even realize she was doing a triple until she did it because she was just like, "Ah, triple axel." She was stunning. She was way underscored. I was just
Yeah.
like, that's not the 5th place short program today. That should be up in the top like 3, 2. It was great.
I just felt
Um,
like um for the judges, as
mhm,
soon as they see junior next to someone's
mhm.
name,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, okay.
7.75 skating
Yeah,
skills.
exactly. We're gonna cap you." Like
Yeah.
that short program and frankly that free skate that Mayuka
Mhm,
Oka does, there are very few people in that field who could
mhm.
even come close to doing that
Yeah.
choreography.
All the little nuances with the
Yeah.
peacock head in her arm and
Such
just
I
so
mean,
cool.
the choreography that Caitlin Weaver gave her
Mhm,
is very special, and
mhm,
it's very special because she's a special skater,
mhm,
and you wonder if there is other parts of her range, right? Because the two programs are somewhat similar
mhm,
in the sort of body shapes and the forms that she
mhm,
makes and the those kinds of things. And I wonder how much how she could do other types of programs,
mhm,
but the the choreography is stunning for
mhm,
especially like you said for that short program. It's
mhm,
so good. It's beyond
mhm.
junior.
Yeah,
It is beyond what most seniors can do.
yeah.
And she pulls it off so well. Um, I saw her hit triple axel after triple axel after triple axel in
Wow.
practice.
Good
It
for
was
her.
so good. And her jumps are so good. And she's such a star in the making.
Yeah. Unfortunately, September birthday, so I think she has another year of junior to do. She was born September 2009, but
Maybe that's okay.
yeah.
Give another. She could, now that Mao Shimada is coming into seniors, she can go and
Mhm.
dominate a junior season,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true. That's
She's
true.
got the potential to do it. And
Yeah.
I hope she continues
Yeah.
to keep her jumps and
Mhm.
continue to grow as an artist because she's got a
Mhm.
lot of potential.
Mhm. Speaking of artists, Yuna Aoki with that clean free skate was magnificent. La La Land, beautiful, and
Finally.
she's the second alternate to the Olympics, which I would not have guessed.
No,
Like,
not at all.
no way. Yeah,
I didn't even have
it's
her in my
awesome.
top 10 in the predictions.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, the way
yeah,
that she's been skating this season has been so off.
yeah.
And she had this joy about her here
Mhm.
that was unlike all of the nerves that we saw from a lot of
Mhm.
the skaters. It was just like she went out there and she was like, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
perform.
yeah.
And it was just so great.
Mhm.
And they gave her the marks. That's the thing
Yeah,
that I loved.
yeah,
They gave her the marks that
yeah.
she
And I
deserved.
mean,
And
5th in this event is crazy.
yeah,
Like, this field is crazy.
I mean, 5th in this event and 3rd in the free skate.
Mhm.
She beat Monet Chiba in the free skate,
Crazy.
and
Yeah.
deservedly so, because she
Mhm.
skated a really super program.
Mhm.
There were a few retirements.
Mm.
That's where a lot of the tears happened.
Yeah.
Mai Mihara was, I think, the last skater in the second group, I think,
Mhm.
and obviously the crowd knew it, but also she hasn't skated like this in a couple of years now after that
Yeah.
injury, and it was so hard for her to come back from it. And ooh, so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Her skating is different than it was when she was at her peak, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't skate as big. The jumps are more in the center of the ice now than they
Mhm.
used to be, and um, you could see there was a reason why her components really were
Yeah.
um, low relative to what she has been in the past, but the way that she skated this program, the heart that she poured out of it, it was great. And
Yeah.
this was the first of the retirements,
Mhm.
and the crowd, like, they were just standing for like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's great to see that support.
Mhm. And then our girl Wakaba Higuchi.
Ah, I cannot believe she skated the way she skated here.
I was so
I,
happy for her to get that short
yeah,
program out that clean. Yeah, that was gorgeous. And her free skate was great too, just like a couple little step outs, but otherwise it was a great skate. I feel like she, was really happy with what she did. And I mean, it's emotional. It's like heartbreaking. Like we're not going to see her again. This is it. It's crazy. And yeah, yeah, I think the crowd was really appreciative of her too. Yeah.
well, she is the second alternate
Four
for
continents.
continents.
I
I
kind of
just I
can't.
just keep asking myself, like, what if she had another 3 months?
Yeah. What if her foot,
What if
like, what if she could, like, I don't know, like on the Vampire Diaries, when you drink a little vampire blood, it like heals all your ailments. She just needs like a little teaspoon of it, and
well
she could jump on her foot and get her triple
well
axel back, and she'd be okay.
the Etsy witch
Yeah. Come
worked,
on, Etsy witch. I mean, I think she
like
did what she could, but
a month late.
yeah. Yeah. I know those programs are so good, it like makes you think of like what could be, but yeah.
Her Wonder Woman free skate is one of my favorites of hers,
Mhm.
period.
Mhm. Yeah. And that music, I mean, I'm not even like I don't listen to it and think, "Oh, this would be good skating music," but like the way she
Yeah,
has it arranged and the way she moves to it, it's so
yeah,
exciting. Her
yeah,
step sequence is just like so good.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She finishes 8th, which is,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
higher than we all thought she was going
Yeah.
to be given the
It's
season,
higher
so
than
I think
she
that
finished at Skate America.
crazy.
Mhm.
So crazy.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna rave once about Saki Miyake because I've been raving about her
Yes.
so much. She's another one, such a star, and I
Mhm.
really do believe the next 4 years is going to be good for her.
Yeah.
if you saw her triple axels in practice, and
Mhm.
the one that she did in the free skate was pretty good too, but
Mhm.
it didn't check out the way that she wanted to.
Mhm.
She just has this float to her
Yeah.
jumps,
Mhm.
and the lilt in her knees and all of that stuff. It's a little Nobunari Oda
Mhm.
in the softness of the knees and the way that she comes down and lands
Mhm.
jumps. It's so beautiful to
That's
watch.
an incredible compliment to give someone. Oda and his spongy knees. He was the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you see him this
Um,
week?
I didn't see him this week.
Oh,
I know he was
interesting.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
Well,
see
he's always
Midori
like
Ito.
there commentating. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, Midori.
I did see Midori Ito. Midori Ito, by the way,
Yeah,
aside, she was like having the time of her life.
I bet. Yeah.
Seriously, like every time I saw her a few times, but the every time
Mhm.
I saw her, she was just like, racing from one place to another, like
Mhm.
with a huge smile on her face, and she's
Mhm.
like you could just tell that
Yeah.
she like has
She
been
loves
really
it.
enjoying this competition,
Yeah.
and what a legend.
Mhm.
What a
Mhm.
absolute legend. And I was talking about this too. It's like you wonder if Midori Ito had the kind of skating training
Mhm.
that skaters of today has. Like, what the heck could she have
Oh
done?
my gosh, she'd be doing quads
Yeah,
and
because like
modern boots.
yeah,
She was skating in
exactly.
like
Because
80s boots.
in the 80s and
Yeah.
90s, when you were doing triple axels, even when you were doing like triple lutzes, people were
Mhm.
just like chucking those jumps up there. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it wasn't the technique and the training was just not
Mhm.
nearly as rigorous and regimented,
Yeah.
and it really depended on people's like raw talent.
Mhm.
And Midori Ito has raw talent,
Oh yeah.
and the way that she did her triple axels was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
No
The
doubt. I
height on them
mean,
was crazy.
she absolutely had a quad toe in her.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
maybe even a quad lutz. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
the way that she skates. Anyway, an aside for
Mhm.
Midori Ito. Saki Miyake gets ninth. This will help her get some international
Mhm.
assignments next year. Like she
They
deserves.
better give them to her. Oh,
I know she deserves that
yeah.
experience because she really is. Like I can't say enough about how much of a talent she is.
Mhm.
What else do we want to talk about? There's
We
so
should
much
probably
to
talk
talk
about the
about.
podium
We
or the top
should.
4.
We should.
Ami Nakai, great short program. I loved her Axel in it. It was beautiful. Did she have a new dress? Because I don't remember her dress having black in it. I thought it was like red and white with blue before, but
Oh, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It could also be the like high quality lenses that they were using
Right.
to film it. Yeah. Funny little double waxel in the free skate, but I thought she was pretty good otherwise. She was a little tight in some of her jumps in both segments, but I mean, I kind of had a question mark next to her because I like what she's capable of, but you don't really know like in this situation with this much pressure. And I thought
Exactly.
she delivered
Yeah.
respectably.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
so exciting she's on the Olympic team. That's just like
Yeah.
incredible.
What was interesting was she sort of goes into the Olympics a little bit like Yuma 4 years
Mhm.
ago,
Mhm.
where and Yuma was talking about this in the press conference. He said, 4 years ago in Beijing, he he didn't feel like he had much pressure,
Mhm.
right? It was Yuzu and Shoma. It was like
Mhm.
their show. And he was just there to like have an
Yeah.
experience. And in some ways, you can think about that in the same way for Amina
Yeah.
Kai, it's the Kaori and Monet show, maybe, because they
Yeah.
are world medalists and they've been the ones who've been sort of at the top for Japan. And Ami comes in, this sort of
Mhm.
fresh face,
Mhm.
and who knows what she can deliver
Yeah.
in Milano, and she's certainly got the technical for it,
Mhm.
but also the way that she skates, the
Mhm.
ice coverage, it's her skating quality is so dynamic,
Mhm.
and there are a lot of people who are like, "Oh, she skates like a junior." I'm like, "No, she actually
No, she
doesn't."
doesn't.
Um,
I think
choreographically, she doesn't.
yeah,
Skating skills-wise, she doesn't. Like, she
I
knows
think
she
her
skates very well.
her programs are very well chosen for a young senior woman, but I don't think
Mhm.
they're juniors programs. And
Agreed.
the projection and the ice coverage is just so mature. And it's really incredible to compare her, I think, to Rinka Watanabe, who she trains with, who is much older than her. Well, I think she's 7 or 8 years older than her. And everything else is so tight and small when Rinka skates. Rinka like really threw down at this competition. It's kind of
She did.
heartbreaking to see her just like throw it down and attack it so hard and still be kind of so far from where she wants to be. But Ami, it's just so like naturally like extensive and large. She just really fills it up and projects. She just like the way she naturally uses her face and like looks up when she's skating and just emotes with her face. Yeah, it's very exciting and I feel like she's made a huge leap from last year when she was junior. Um
Yeah,
yeah, and then the triple axel is just gravy on top of it.
right. I mean, you talk about Rinka
Ugh,
and
yeah.
what I thought was very interesting was the very first day, the practices were done in such a way where
Mhm,
the very top skaters were all in the same group from
mhm,
last year. So,
yeah,
I think it was basically like, your top 7 skated in the
mhm,
same group, and you could really see when Rinka is with all of these skaters who are
mhm,
her peers, she just as good of a skater she is,
mhm,
the her skating skills level is just not as strong.
yeah,
And you see it with her power, you see it with her ice coverage, you see it with
mhm,
some of the actually a little bit of the choreography simplicity of her programs, in a lot of ways, right? Like, the fact that she brought back a program that she did 3, 4 years ago,
mhm.
I I feel like, as much as she's been able to jibe with that program, well, I think it's a bit of a mistake because you're going back to a program that was from your
Youth.
less mature days, right?
Yeah.
And there's a bit of that, like, did you actually get better in your
Mhm,
basics and in your choreography and all that kind of stuff? And I feel like that it sort of comes back to that. And I've harped on this many times, but her
mhm,
her step sequence at the end just does her no favors in that free
yeah,
skate, and it leaves you with this impression of her not skating to the level of some of the music that she
mhm,
has. The first half of the program is so different. Like,
yeah,
it's the attack, it's the triple axles, it's all of that stuff that, like, she
mhm,
does, and then it's the program just starts sputtering and sputtering,
yeah,
and you even saw that in the crowd reaction. She's skated lights out, and at the end, because the program just slows down,
and then it just
it's like
stops.
yeah, at
Yeah,
the air just kinda goes out of the
yeah,
building a little bit, and the crowd reaction was a lot more muted than I thought it would be given how well she skated.
mhm,
Um, I do hope she did say that, she thought about retiring after this
mhm,
season, but now she's maybe changing her mind, and I
mhm,
hope that uh, she doesn't retire because
mhm,
she really does have so much great stuff to give.
mhm. Yeah. Her spirit is just so appealing. You really
Yeah.
see it in her how much she's fighting and how determined she is. And that's just it's very appealing and it makes you want to root for her. But this field is so deep. It's just, there's just nothing she can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And frankly, I do think had this been international in one of those, like, judging panels that we saw this season,
Yeah.
there were a number of jumps that I saw that should have been reviewed and
Yeah.
that did not get reviewed.
Yeah.
So it was also that.
Yeah.
I don't wanna discredit anything from Rinka. I
Hmm.
think she did a fantastic job,
Yeah.
but I also think that the 7th place was
Hmm.
justified, and it was very
Yeah.
close, right? It was 2 points between 4th and 7th.
Yeah.
Um, that's how it ended up being.
Yeah.
Monet. Monet and her triple
Monet
and
was stressed in that
so
short
stressed,
program.
so
I was like,
stressed.
it was funny because we saw her like 2 weeks ago at the final, and she was just glowing. She had just worked with Caitlin Weaver. She was selling that program, and then every close-up of her face at nationals was like extreme stress. Like, I'm going into the operating room stress. She was just so like, whoo, yeah.
I don't think there's anybody who in the skating world right now who how stressed they are by looking at their
Yeah,
face as
yeah.
much as Monet Chiba.
She's expressive. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
can be very expressive, and then when she's not, you're like, "Uh-oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
what's happening?"
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
She came here, it was all business
Mhm.
for her. She was like, "I need to
Yeah.
qualify that Olympic spot. I need to get these
Mhm.
jumps done. I'm gonna get these jumps done."
Mhm.
And she did for the most part. I mean, she was drilling those edge jumps all week long. The loop and the sow that she had
Yeah.
all kinds of issues with that Grand Prix final. She did a whole bunch of them,
Mhm.
and the ones that she did in the free skate were probably two of the worst ones that she did all
Wow.
week. And but she got through them. Like that was
Yeah.
important. Um, she didn't fall. It wasn't what happened at Grand Prix final, and the rest of the program was fine. And
Mhm.
so she more than deserved getting that spot. And there's a question of like, should Ami Nakai have beaten her?
Mhm.
Not sure.
Mm.
I
Oh,
think the
yeah.
big difference was 5.5 points in program components for Monet over Ami, and
Mhm.
Monet ended up winning by 2.5 points. So like
Ami, like, when she is clean, I felt like some of her jumps here were just a little tight on the landing, and I
mhm.
felt like that helped me understand the spread between them. If Ami's clean and skating with freedom, I think that she should get GOE that should take her beyond Monet, even without the triple axel, but it was just, that little bit of tightness. Um, I thought Monet's jumps looked pretty good here, but I was interested in what you thought of the rotation, like,
Yeah,
seeing
I
them in
thought the
person.
rotations were generally pretty good too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Uh, she does have. I mean, we know she has the like Mirai Nagasu pointed toe syndrome,
Yeah.
where it comes down a little bit. Uh,
Mhm.
it should be clean if
Yeah.
she didn't have her toe as pointed on
Yeah.
her jump
Mhm. And we
air
should reward
positions.
people for pointing their toe because it's
I know.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's like a pencil. Um,
Uh-huh.
but but yeah, no, I thought generally they were pretty good. I think the what will be interesting to see at the Olympics is how they call the edge for her
Mhm.
Lutz, because here I think they called unclear edges on her Lutz,
Yeah.
and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Um, Speaking of edges on the
Oh my
Lutz,
gosh. Yeah.
Cowries in
Cowrie.
the short.
It wasn't just that it was severe in the short, they replayed it. It was like the Flutz cam. I mean, that camera angle they had, you saw it perfect slow motion of her rolling onto a deep inside edge for that takeoff. And it was like, "Oh,
That
no."
was yeah, that was like the worst
Uh,
one that she's done all
mhm,
week, and
mhm,
and I kept looking at her Lutzes in practice, and I was like,
mm,
wow, like the 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 commitment to the outside edge
yeah,
was really actually very good in practice. She
yeah,
does have she goes into that outside edge, and then right at the end she starts
yeah,
rolling over. And when she is a little bit more conservative or maybe a little bit nervous, it rolls over like old habit, right? And she
yeah,
doesn't she that's what happened in the short program. In the free skate, you see her put her
on the
Lutz at
circle.
the exact place where
Yeah,
you can't see it,
yeah,
right? And I
on the
don't know
circle, right?
why they
And
don't do
that
it. Yeah.
yeah. But
Like
she does,
literally
like
if you
it's like she's like Lisa Tuktamasheva. She, like, kinda does it at the end with, like, the front of her blade. It's like, and then but it is interesting, like, you saying, like, it looked like it was the correct edge in practice. I feel like Ashley Wagner would jump around like that too. Like, she could
yeah,
do it from the outside, but then when
yeah,
she got kinda tight in competition or, like, nervous, it would go back to the
it's old
muscle
habits.
memory. And I think
Exactly.
Cowrie's intense flutz in the short was a result of, like, the pressure.
And the fact that she doubled her Lutz in the Grand Prix final, right? Like she was
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
thinking about that.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, that Lutz should not have been called
yeah,
clean.
yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, Ashley's agreed. Mao Asada, toward the end of
Oh,
her career, when she was fixing her
oh,
Lutz
poor
edge,
Mao. Yeah.
she she actually did fix her Lutz edge, and
Mhm.
kind of like both of
Mhm.
the other women we were talking about, like when you get a little nervous, a little tight,
Mhm.
you start going back to old habits, and
Mhm.
that's where you see it. Um, it's not it isn't a once a Plutzer, always a Flutzer kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? But it is also that's how they grew up doing that jump, and
Yeah.
no matter how much you fix something, the
Yeah.
old habits can always come back.
Yeah. I will say though, like them all getting this attention on the edge. I mean, like Cowrie should have gotten an E.
Oh
That was
yeah,
an E. That was an E.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I agree
I'm
with that.
gonna. I will argue all day that Adelina Sotnikova won the Olympics because she was not called on an inside edge Lutz. It should have been an E, and it should have taken away like the GOE from that whole combination. But like everyone that does this, it's just like you can't pick and choose, like because you love them and it's national. So it's like that's an E. That's an inside edge.
I don't think they reviewed it. That's the thing.
Oh my gosh. You don't
That's
need
the
to
thing.
review that. That was like loud and clear.
I mean,
Look at the
the
jumbotron.
way these things don't get called is if they don't
Yeah.
get reviewed, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
usually how that goes.
Yeah.
Um, Mao
Free
Shibata
skate.
getting silver. We'll go back to
Oh yeah.
Kaori. Yeah, we'll go back to
Okay.
Kaori
Yeah.
when we finish this. But
Yeah.
Mao Shibata getting silver. I mean, I'm really not sure why she kept that quad toe in the free skate, because she did not hit any in practice.
Well.
Like I think the only times I saw her hit a quad toe in practice was the
Mhm.
first like real practice day,
Yeah.
and then the rest of them it was under rotated fall, under rotated fall,
Yeah.
under rotated fall, downgrade fall. Like it was
She did that all
not
last
working.
season. She was doing it all last season, attempting it, and then by Junior World, she got it back and she had it in
Yeah,
there. So maybe it's a
yeah.
training thing. Like she needs to just practice doing it. Yeah.
Like like they're not easy falls that
Yeah.
she's having on these things,
Yeah.
and after that fall on the quad toe, I actually felt like it took her like 10 seconds to get back into
Yeah.
the program. Like we said with Rio Nakata, she all week long had issues with the back half of her program.
Mhm.
I think potentially a stamina thing, because like
Mm.
she can do these jumps in her sleep.
Yeah.
And I think here she actually slowed down a bit in order to
Mm.
conserve some energy. And you
Yeah.
didn't I just didn't the short program is so vibrant and
Yes.
expressive and everything. I don't see that in this free skate, and I didn't see that
Totally.
here in this free skate.
Yeah. It didn't
And
hold my attention the way that the short did.
right, right.
Mhm.
And I do think it was her trying to be like, I need to finish these jumps, and
Mhm.
that's how it was. She ended up getting a 63 on components, and I think that was very much deserved based on
Mhm.
how she was skating. And she was behind Ami Nakai.
Mhm.
She should have been behind Mayuko Oka on the
Mhm.
components as
I
well.
agree with that. Yeah.
But it wasn't, it's no knock on Mao Shimada as a skater. It was the way that she skated that program
Mhm.
yesterday that she did the jumps. It was all generally very good. It just the
Mhm.
program wasn't skated to the full extent.
Mhm. I do love the ending scratch spin though. That just gets me every time. It's just ending your program on a super fast, stretched out spin. It's like 10 out of
We need
10.
more scratch spins.
Yeah. Especially in that
Go
short program. That was phenomenal.
go back to the 80s and 90s and give us some more scratch
Yeah.
spins.
Where's Lucinda?
Yeah. Okay, but you know who did perform their program so well? Kaori Sakamoto.
Calvary. That free skate was
The wh-
magnificent.
the
It was
the
magnificent.
she had the audience in the palm of her hands,
Mhm.
and they debuted the Kaori towel here, and
Yeah.
it's orange
Yeah.
like the sunshine that Kaori Sakamoto is.
Yeah. Did you get
And
one?
huh?
Did you get one?
I got one for Cindy.
Okay, great. She'll be happy with that. I've got my Wakaba towel out here on display.
Our friend and fellow NBC researcher Cindy
Yeah.
Shea wanted a Wakaba towel, and I couldn't
Uh-huh.
find one, and so I was like, "Do you want a Kaori towel?" And she was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." Um,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I can't get one because they're sold out." And so like the
Uh-huh.
next day when they restocked them, I was like right
Yeah.
there at the very
Yeah.
beginning. I was like, "I'm gonna get that."
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, she she was amazing. The
Mhm.
occasion of it all, right? The
Mhm.
fact that this was her last nationals, the fact that she was skating last, the fact that there was an Olympic
Mhm.
spot on the line and her
Yeah.
sixth Japanese national title on the line. Like the fact that she skated the way that she skated here,
Mhm.
one little hiccup with that flip, but just so
Yeah.
good. And that program is so complex.
Yeah.
And the way that she's just weaving in and out
Mhm.
of her patterns so well and so much, and she generates so much speed from that. Like it's an impressive program, and
Yeah.
just loved it.
I mean, this being like easily the most impressive women's field of the whole season.
Oh,
Even after
absolutely.
watching all of these like incredible skates, Cowrie was just a step above in her power and her poise and her ice coverage and just the power of her delivery. It was, I mean, it was unbelievable. And you could really see why she's won how, the three worlds that she's won. And she's just had this career that's lasted so long in this insane field. And she just
Yeah.
really is just head and shoulders. Maybe not head and shoulders, but like top of head above everyone else. It's another level.
It's another
Not
level.
to take anything else away from the rest of this field because this field is
Yeah,
crazy, but
I agree.
her
I agree.
power, I could really see it and feel it just even on the screen.
It's not just the power itself, right? It is the
Hmm.
fact that she's doing complex choreography and
Yeah,
getting this power out there. It's like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
great.
The way that free skate is built and the way the music is cut, it's like builds and builds and builds. I was like so excited when Je ne regrette rien, is that how you say it? Started at the end. I was like, yes. Like it just feels like such a payoff. And she just delivers on it. I can't wait
So
to see
good.
that in Milan. I'm so excited.
Oh, so good. It still brings me back to when we were watching her in Pyeongchang
Yeah. And that practice
and
rink.
in the practice rink,
Yeah.
and she was like the only one there because it
Uh-huh.
was like early and
Yeah.
she was there for she wasn't even there for the team event, right? She wasn't
I think
Was
she
she in the
just
team
got there
event?
early because she wanted to do it. I mean, she
Yeah.
wanted to.
She she
Let's
was
see.
she was going out there like skating around and doing all these like
Hmm.
drills
Yeah.
and the patterning, and because she was the only one out there and she was skating on fresh ice, you just saw her edges
Hmm.
everywhere on that ice, and you're just like, there's something special
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, they let her do the free skate in the team event,
Oh, there we go.
and
Yeah.
she was last. She was
Yeah.
last with a 131.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think she like over practiced in Pyeongchang.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she's a different skater now, Kaori Sakamoto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this was another extra long episode of the Rocker Skating Podcast. Michelle, what are you obsessed with?
I mean, everything on the ice was incredible, but the last moments after Cowrie skated, I think when she was finishing and then the reaction of her coaches and the reaction of all the skaters watching her, that was just so I mean, getting chills again just talking about it. That was so emotional and beautiful, and it was so well shot and edited together. I think they just did a brilliant job packaging that, and she did a brilliant job skating, and yeah, I was very moving, and I was very moved. So, how about you?
I'm gonna be cheap and tell you this is exactly the same thing because it really is.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about it. The
Mhm.
I went through the emotions yesterday for 4 hours, and
Yeah.
it was just so it was a fitting end to what was
Yeah.
an incredible
Mhm.
competition. So,
Mhm.
again, just thank you to all the fans, to all the skaters, to everything. Like
Mhm.
this was one of the most incredible experiences, and I'm so happy I got to do this. And we're not even at the Olympics yet.
Yeah.
So much more.
See you next year.
Yeah. See you next year.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
interested in who goes to four continents because I know they have Ami and Monet and Cow on the team, but
yep.
are they all really going to go? Should they go? I don't know.
I think I think the reason for Ami and Cow is
Hmm.
for points.
Yeah,
Monet does not need points.
no.
And I think if anything, Ami and Cow, that could be what motivates them to go.
Yeah,
And the potential that they don't skate in the team event as well
yeah,
too, right?
yeah. I just
So,
I'm haunted by the ghost of Kanako Murakami giving away
right.
her Olympic skates at four continents.
Yeah.
I assume that the team event they're going to split singles. Both of the singles they'll split, and then have Riku and Ryuichi do the pair, and then they have the one dance team. Um, but I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I would imagine that would be the case.
Mhm.
I just think given how important the pairs points are for them,
Mhm.
they would want to send
Yeah.
Miura Kihara for both. That's my guess.
How would you split the women? Would you have Kaoru do the short or the free skate?
I would have Kaoru do the free skate.
Mhm. And Monet the short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be good. Yeah. And then probably Yuma will do the short and Shun the free
Shun,
skate.
the free
Yeah.
skate. Yeah. Given
Yeah,
given
let's
how
go.
it's been this season, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's that's how
I'm
I think about it.
excited. I'm ready for the team event. Team
I
event's
mean,
usually such chaos, but
who knows?
yeah, I think by
Um,
the fourth Olympics having it, I'm finally like getting into it. Yeah.
I like the team event. I've always liked it. It's pretty fun.
Mhm.
Um, they that this is the first time in a while that I've had like a slew of Japanese journalists interviewing
Mhm.
me, and
Aw.
a few, yeah, because usually like
Yeah.
it's they're usually not there or whatever.
Yeah.
But one of them asked me about like, so what about U.S. versus Japan for the team event? And I'm like, you're asking me to think about this now? But I thought about it, and
Yeah.
it could be very close. It
Yeah.
really it depends on team composition. It depends on a lot of different things.
So,
Because
if by some Hail Mary, Elisa Efimova gets her citizenship in the next couple days, which I don't think is gonna happen,
no,
I don't think that the US I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be really close, and I think that it could pairs is where it's gonna be different, because
but that's
dance
the
is
thing,
gonna
right?
be a splitter anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly the thing. I think the
Mhm.
pairs and dance might even each other out,
Yeah, and then
and
it comes down to
then
the singles.
it comes down to singles.
Yeah.
So
I love doing those
that's why I'm saying
interviews.
like team composition changes things quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I love doing those interviews with the Japanese journalists at, the Olympics because they always wanna talk to us because we're Americans, and I'm always such a
Yes.
troll and tell them like, "Oh, yeah, I think this Japanese skater is gonna win." And they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes." But my claim to fame is I told one of them really early in Beijing that I thought Yuma would be the if not the winner, at least the highest placed Japanese man. And they were just like, Kageyama? I was like, yeah. And I was
Yeah.
right. And I was like, oh, I kind of just made that up because I liked him, but I got to, impress them. They thought I knew what I was talking about. And then they
Like,
asked
you
me if
do know what
Kaori
you're talking about.
well, they asked me if Kaori could stay on the podium because she was third in the short. And I was like, oh, I don't think so. Not unless one of those Russian girls like totally implodes. But one did. So, anything can happen. Ice is slippery.
Things happen.
Yeah,
All
you're gonna,
right,
like,
well,
turn the TV on before you leave your hotel room and see yourself on there. You'll be on the
yeah,
TV at the airport.
I don't wanna do that. Well, they also they kept interviewing me late, and I'm like, this I 1, have no makeup on, and 2, I
Yeah,
look tired. Thank you.
yeah.
Wonderful. All
Mhm.
right. Well, we're approaching the 2-hour mark here, so we're gonna
Sorry,
finish
Tara.
up. We're gonna finish up this episode, and it's December 21st, so early Christmas for all of us with this Japanese nationals.
Mhm.
And this weekend will be Chinese nationals, Christmas in China. And then we've got Korean nationals the following week, and then we will have US and Canada. So lots happening very soon, and we will know Olympic teams very soon. And stay tuned because the Olympics are coming. But in the meantime, I think we need to do a little resting. I'm going to go watch Heated Rivalry because I need to catch up.
Yes.
And it'll be great. Thank you as always to John Wilson Blades for your support. And thank you to Tara Nichols for editing the heck out of this podcast because of all of the talking that we did. But for Michelle Ellis, Wakaba Forever, this is Jackie Wong, Chief Skate Nerd of rockerskating.com, and I need to sleep. So we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.